I'm Ebony B. Co. with Home Loans Network, as well as the Real Estate Deal Room and the Wholesale Real Estate Deal Room. This particular video, I am really just going to discuss wholesaling. So if you know me, you Google me, you will know I'm all about real estate. I'm all about flipping. I'm all about negotiating, getting these deals done, and all is about teaching wholesaling. I've been doing this for over 25 plus years. I am Googleable, verifiable. So with that being said, I want to discuss real estate wholesaling, the assignors and the assignee, and kind of real quickly how you make your money. But this is not to be a long video. This is about to be a video getting straight to the point. Now, I get people ask me a lot, how do real estate wholesalers make money? Well, as a real estate wholesaler, your other title is the assignor. That's what you are. I mean, you can consider yourself a real estate investor, but the reality is your title is an assignor, okay? So think of employer, the person that's going to employ the employee. Well, you are the assignor. You're the employer of that particular contract because you as the assignor, wholesaler, is going to assign the contract to an assignee, your employee. Look at it that way. So let me break this down even further. I, Ebony, found a property that I think is a great deal that I can make money on, that I think that I can find an investor for instantly, right? But before I even make that decision to determine if this is going to be a good property, the reality is I need to make sure I do my due diligence. My due diligence consists of getting 3 comparables. So I, the assignor, wholesaler, knows exactly or have an estimate how much this property is going to sell for once my assignee, employee, actually resells it after they rehab it. So I find the 3 comparables. The 3 comparables for that property must be within 1 mile radius. The property must be similar to the same one that you are going to assign over to the assignee, which is going to be, we could say employee, but I'm going to explain once you assign it over, the new title that you're going to somewhat have temporary, okay? So the goal is to find the perfect comparables. Once you do your analysis and everything, now it's like, I could put a package together. The package that you're going to put together is this offer for you to bid on this property or for you to put a contract on this property. Now, sometimes there's 2 different parties you may put this contract with. One, it might be a realtor who have off-market listings. That is for a whole nother video, okay? Or it might be the seller, the distressed seller that wants to sell. And a lot of times, just because we use the terms distress does not mean that they're distressed, like, oh, I have to sell. It could be something simple as they are heir to the property. They live in California. This property is in Arizona. They don't want no parts of it. They're not trying to become a real estate investor. They're not trying to become a landlord. They just want to get rid of it. So those could be different reasons why a seller wants to sell. Now, there's a lot of different techniques to find these sellers, which is in another video. But straight to the point, this is all about assignors, assigning the contract to an assignee, okay? So once they found that seller, you as the assignor, right, is going to say, hey, how much are you looking for this particular property? How much are you looking to sell it for? Let's say they tell you $75,000. You, based on your comparables, once the work is done, it's worth $300,000. Based upon you getting some contractors to go out there to take a look at it, and they can say it's $125,000. So already that's $200,000. You already know that it's $300,000. So there's $100,000 that's left for that particular assignee, which is the real estate investor. So look at it this way. Remember, this is just you getting either some contracts to go out there because you want to have 3 different comparables, or what you can also do is, let's say you're virtual wholesaling and you're working closely with the seller. It is really important that you build a relationship to the point they're willing to work with you to help you get things that you need, such as pictures, if you're a real estate wholesaler that is doing it virtually. So remember that. So this might be a situation where you don't have nobody on the ground there, in Arizona, right? And the seller is there, but the seller, that's not their job. But if you build a relationship and you're trying to get contractors out there, but you can't, what's the next best thing? Ask the seller if they can take as many pictures as possible for you. Have them take so many pictures that you can almost do your own due diligence and work with a contractor that is near you that you built a relationship with. Hey, John. Hey, Dave. Hey, Stephanie. Is there any way you can, I know you need to go out there, but based upon this information, kind of give me an idea how much of a rehab needs to be done on this. Now, the flip side about that for you as the assignor, the wholesaler, it's actually good because it's teaching you how to kind of analyze that property from a different perspective, kind of as a contractor, whereas you can analyze the aesthetics of it just to be able, for the purpose of kind of coming up with some numbers. Because remember, your job is to find the buyer, the end buyer, the JV partner, the assignee. That is your job. And in order for you to have good numbers, you need to know and have all of your numbers in order. And this will also tell you and give you an idea how much you can charge. So let's get to the nitty gritty of, we found a buyer. Ebony, as the assignor, the wholesaler, I found a buyer. I found an investor. And the buyer investor that I found is my assignee. So when I write the contract up with the seller or the realtor who we're doing an off-market property with, it will say Ebony B. Co. and or assignees. Remember that. And or assignees. What you're basically saying is you letting them know in the door, I'm going to be assigning this contract over to somebody. You're not hiding it. You cannot hide the fact that somebody else is potentially going to come on. If you turn around and, let's say, speak with a realtor or a seller and it goes, well, I'm a little confused, you got assignees. Well, you know what? I work with, as a real estate investor myself, I actually have a lot of different partners, and that I do a lot of different joint venture partnerships with JV partnerships. And so, yes, this is a property that I want, but at the same time, this may be a property that more than likely I'm going to get one of my partners on with me. And at that moment, this is where the assignees come in at. And now the property, you have assigned over your contract to the assignees, which is the end buyer real estate investor. So if your seller wanted to sell that property for $70,000, cool, it's $70,000. But you can assign it to your JV partner, which is your assignee, for $10,000, for $20,000, for $30,000. Just make sure that the numbers are substantially there and the deals still look attractive. With that being said, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I have a lot of wholesaling tips, wholesaling courses coming up, and most importantly, make sure you ding that bell so you never miss a video. If you have any questions or comments, please send them to me, because I am always here to help.